Hey, I'm Nick. While a big fan of classic and haughty Western aesthetic, I detest their mindsets and methodology. Their scholars were incorrectly, biasly obsessed with applying everything to some sort of hierarchy, a non-empirical practice that still persists to today. With that said, I would like to illustrate how our present-day new media has scrambled the invalid and arbitrary hierarchical dichotomy of the concepts of the amateur and the professional. 1 week passed, I found myself curious about the ways in which Roman legions functioned. So I hopped on Google and typed into the address bar just that. The first results I came across were, naturally, Wikipedia links. However, since what I harbored was simply a weak curiosity, I was not inclined to delve deep into a sea of literature and wished only for a brief overview. Thus, I abandoned Wikipedia and Google altogether and took to YouTube. Upon writing the words Roman Legion into the search bar and hitting enter, I found exactly what I was looking for.
There are two main types of soldier. A legionary is a Roman citizen, an auxiliary is not.
Having been further educated in the operations of the cohorts and their cronies, and being so very impressed by the quality of the content by channel ISO Design, I decided to see what other videos this individual may have composed for my scholarly consumption. I was both surprised and disappointed to see that there was, relatively, nothing else for me to gain here, and that, save for one lackluster video about the maps related to Roman army conquest, with views of just over 100,000, none of their videos even broke 10,000. Mind you, the Legion video was near a whopping 1.5 million in views. Thus, I suspect that this Legion video was made by an individual or group that knew just one thing very well and seemingly wished to share it with the world. This person, as far as I know, is no verified educator, has no confirmation of their PhD in history on their webpage. I didn't pay them for their information, and they don't even know I exist. Yet, I have learned from them. This is an example of what I would like to call peer-to-peer education, a non-official means of gathering information from contemporaries and not from licensed, quote-unquote, professionals, as used to be the common understanding of education. For, in this new and digital age, we have acquired the tools to change that structure. This Legion video's information was delivered by vessel of what is referred to as a video essay, which is the exact same thing that you are watching right now. Video essays in 2017, at the time of making this, are everywhere and cover everything and are made by a vast range of individuals. And, unlike classrooms of old, video essays, without the knowledge of the creator, are often utilized in class to reinforce a point the lecturer is trying to make. It really makes you wonder about what the difference truly is between an amateur and a professional in a pedagogical regard. If the information is good, then the information is good. While ISO Design and their Legion video was a one-hit wonder, there are a great many other channels who persist in this enterprise regularly. TED actually puts out their own video essays under the channel TED Ed, which obviously could be regarded as professional video essays. However, a counterpoint to that would be in moments I found the videos too watered down or lacking. Example being that I wanted to know more about Shakespearean accents, but they failed to go in depth, which led me to a channel by the name of Native Lang. This channel is owned and operated by one man who has a passion for linguistics and the history of language. His videos, visually, lack the same polish as TED Ed, yet the content is so much more realized in application. This is a specialist channel in a sense, not a master of none like the professional TED ones, but it is an in-depth analysis by what may be referred to subconsciously as an amateur. Yet, this amateur's video is better than the professional's. So what is the difference? Perhaps the terminology no longer applies in the realm of the internet. What blurs these categories even further would be a channel known as Kurzgesagt, a channel composed of a team smaller still than TED Ed, yet creates even higher quality videos. The art style unique, the subject matter the utmost of relevance, and with a dramatically wide range. For example, as of writing this, their last 3 videos were about the European Union, white dwarf stars, and computer automation. To make matters even more in their favor of professionalism, they cite their damn sources, and even supply links to similar videos. This is, truly, a verifiably scholastic channel, even more so than most teachers. For in my experience, a great many college classes are just a gimmick for the professor to sell copies of their own book, which, to me, is not very embodying of professionalism, let alone integrity. These select professors who conduct themselves in this manner, in reality, actually have less of a passion for education than a great many of these video essayists, who may or may not be licensed professionals. In two separate analyses written over 10 years ago by Jeremy B. Williams, Joanne Jacobs, and M.J.W. Thomas, way before the rise of the video essay, explored the benefits of students learning from online forums, all stating that the internet had means to supply people not just with information, but with depersonalized, instantaneous academic discourse, teaching them how to construct and debunk arguments on a large scale, how to focus solely on words and evidence before mannerisms and rhetoric, and how to sift through dense amalgamations of near-chaotic displays of data. While some scholars, such as Sherry Turkle, argue that the internet is making us only more distant from each other and ultimately more alone, in terms of scholastics, this is not the case. For we have developed into a sort of communicative learning in this digital age, which, as evidence shows, is vastly superior to previous reclused individual knowledge acquisition in days prior. Information has never been so available before. Be not arrogant in your current standings of understanding, and open your mind and your search bar to the endless array of learning given generously by your peers, that you are fortunate enough to be in a position to consume it ad nauseum. If you fail to benefit from this wall-less library, just know, to paraphrase Shakespeare, the fault is not in your stars, but in yourself.